That is explained in the 7th chapter. One who surrenders unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, at once becomes freed from the control of material nature. That is the qualification. One can become free from the control of material nature as soon as he surrenders his soul to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the preliminary formula. Being marginal potency, as soon as the living entity is freed from the control of material nature, he is put under the guidance of the spiritual nature. The guidance of the spiritual nature is called Daivi Prakriti, divine nature. So when one is promoted in that way by surrendering to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one attains to the stage of great soul, Mahatma. The Mahatma does not divert his attention to anything outside Krishna, because he knows perfectly well that Krishna is the original Supreme Person, the cause of all causes. There is no doubt about it. Such a Mahatma or great soul develops through association with other Mahatmas, pure devotees. Pure devotees are not even attracted by Krishna's other features, such as the four-armed Mahavishnu. They are simply attracted by the two-armed form of Krishna. They are not attracted to other features of Krishna, nor are they concerned with any form of a demigod or of a human being. They meditate only upon Krishna in Krishna consciousness. They are always engaged in the unswerving service of the Lord in Krishna consciousness. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Jayasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripadam Aham Vande Sri Gurudinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Haribo.
Thank you. So, who is here for the first time? Anybody? Okay, welcome. Haribo. Thanks for making it. So this is the 9th chapter of Bhagavad-gita. Krishna is revealing the most confidential knowledge about himself. Where do you live? What do you work? How much money you make? How can we get into your apartment? You're not going to tell anybody and everybody, right? That's your own secret. That's your own personal information. But here Krishna is giving his own personal information. And he is revealing to us how we can get back to him. That's pretty nice, isn't it? It's pretty cool. Because normally it's not so easy. Most of the religions, they have either a very vague, a very abstract, or very hazy idea of God. He's an old guy somewhere on a cloud. He likes angels with harps. He's got a big beard. He's got big muscles. He has to work hard, create things. Or you can't have an image of God because that would be blasphemous. But Krishna, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which means that everything emanates from him. There are so many different demigods, different representatives, different agents, different empowered personalities who are managing the affairs of the universe. But God doesn't have to manage. You have to go to the office. Krishna does not have to go to the office. Krishna does not do business. Krishna only engages in loving relationship with his devotees. So if you want to do business, business? I give you a little something and I want more from you, right? It's called business, right? You heard of business? So if you want to do business, you're not dealing with Krishna. You're dealing with Durga, Kali, Mahadev, this one, that one, the other one. Because Krishna doesn't do business. Krishna only does rasa. You know rasa? Now there's a certain rasa when you hear this. But we have a rule here that the next person whose phone goes off has to buy a set of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay? They're only 2,000 krona. It's cheaper than a smartphone, an Android. So it's not a big deal, all right? So please put your ringers all on full volume. And tell all your friends, call me, okay? So we will distribute a lot of sets. We only have 45 left. 4 already went yesterday. So today is the day where Srila Prabhupada, our founder, he left India exactly 60 years ago on a cargo ship from Calcutta with 40 rupees in his pocket. Did you come with 150 krona? Did you come with 40 rupees? No. You had a little more resources, a little more planning, right? He had very little of that because he was already 69 years old, yet he had received something very valuable, which is a mission in life. Have you noticed that when you have a mission, you have a different kind of a move? Your step has a different kind of a spring when you're on a mission to go somewhere, to do something, to accomplish something. So find your mission, find your purpose, and you will never feel bored. You will always live an exciting life. Now we have to ask ourselves, why am I here? And I know Denmark is very welcoming and very open, but some other countries, when you arrive, they ask you, why have you come here? How long are you going to stay? What are you going to do here? Show me the money. What? Where's your flight back? You know all these questions, right? And you go like, hey, I just came. You want me to leave right now? Or, like, great welcoming committee, right? So Denmark is a very friendly and a very welcoming country. But still, it's important to ask ourselves that question, why am I here? Why defines what? What does why define? Work with me, people. They don't pay me to do all the work, okay? So you're going to have to help me here a little bit. What does why define? Purpose, yes, purpose. Purpose. What is my purpose? What am I doing here? It's a good question, right? You could be in many places doing many things. Why am I here? That's a good question to ask. And you can answer that question on a, economical, social, political, cultural, or on a spiritual premise. So feel free to dig a little deeper. Krishna here is telling us that if we want to come closer to him, we should associate with persons who are close to him, Mahatmas. Mahatmas are great souls. It's not somebody who, got a title and got on some banknotes because he done some political achievements. But a Mahatma, a truly great soul, is a person who has dedicated his life, his or her life, to sharing the message of the Lord with everybody. That is a Mahatma. That is a truly great personality. So here Krishna in the 9th chapter, he's showing us how to come back to him, how to become dear to him. There's many, many beautiful verses. And I'd like you to read those because this is confidential knowledge. You want to get a higher security clearance? You want to get higher status? You want to get more pay? You want to move ahead in the world? Read the 9th chapter, the Bhagavad-gita. Also the 12th chapter about devotional service. Some pretty amazing things. We just read it the other day in our friend's house. Where is he? Do I see him here somewhere? He's not here right now, but it was really nice. We had a little group meeting in someone's house, and we just read the 12th chapter. And everybody said a little something about one verse, and we were all just sharing and going through it. It was great, hearing different people's realizations. It's important. This is called Satsanga. Satam prasanga mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarana rasayana katha jajoshana dasha pavargavartmani shraddha ratir bhaktir anukramishyati. If you want to develop faith, and you need faith, because without faith, nothing moves. If you don't have faith, you don't get out of bed, because you think, why bother, right? I can order takeout, Amazon ships. Why get up? Why get out? Why do something? Because we have faith, we have aspiration that maybe it's going to be a great day out there. Maybe some amazing things will happen. I will meet some interesting people. I will learn something. So that's why we're here in Copenhagen, in Vandlers, in Krishna's temple, because we want to learn something. Because if you already know it all, like some people in this planet, they think they already know it all, then you don't have to go anywhere or do anything, because you already know it all. Have you ever met somebody who told you, I know everything? I am knowing everything. And I always tell my friends, hey, you got to come and meet this guy. This guy knows everything. You got to meet him. You know, it's going to be exciting. This guy really knows everything. So, Srila Prabhupada left on a cargo ship. And for almost 40 days, he was at sea. And he arrived in the United States of America simply with a few books and the instructions of his spiritual master to share this knowledge, to share this message with the world. Now, what do you do when you don't have much time to do? You ever face that situation? You got a deadline, your boss gave you extra chores and says, it's crunch time, my friend, I know you can do it. That's why we pay you the millions. So make it happen. What do you do when you have too much work and not enough time? Any idea? Have you ever been in such a situation? Huh? Shortcut method. Well, shortcut is dangerous. Sometimes you release that update on Friday evening, and then on the weekend, you know, a few 100,000 people get stranded in airports because somebody made a shortcut and didn't do sufficient testing. You remember? You remember that little glitch, that little incident? The blue screen of death that came up in all the airports? Yeah? You noticed? So please, if you're in IT, no shortcuts, okay? What do you do? Huh? Ask for help. How do you ask for help? Call mom? Count your money? Ask Siri? No, what do you do? Panic? You go crazy? You go pagal, right? Any other idea? Huh? Prioritize? Okay. Who said that? My friend here. Yes, you delegate. I don't have to do everything, you know. There are other people, 8 billion of them here on this planet. And many of them are smarter than me. They're better than me. They're faster than me. To whom do you delegate? To the guy who sits in the park and he's got 2 six-packs next to him and he's on a mission? Somebody you know and you know that he's got qualification. What kind of qualification? He's better than me, he's smarter than me, he can do more than me. Yes, to such a person you should delegate. If you want to get something done, find a busy person. That's why we're talking to you. I know we're working 2 jobs and you have kids and you have a mortgage and you have big plans. So that's why we're talking to you. Because you want to get something done, you ask busy people. So that's what Srila Prabhupada's strategy. He knew I have only very few years left. If you're 70, you don't know how long you got. Huh? Can we do this a little later? Thank you. So then what do? You go to the place where everybody is so puggled, so crazy, that they want to be the fastest, the best in the world. America. Right? And you get some of those people to understand this, and then they will spread it. Because you don't have enough time to do it yourself. You have to delegate. Delegate to capable people. Build a team. Train people. Are you training people? Or are you hugging your secrets and you say, nobody gets past me? You have to take those keys out of my cold hands. Huh? We all have suffered from situations like that, right? Where our seniors did not share their secrets. They kept everything closed up. And then guess what happened? The inevitable happened. They died, or something else happened. And all of a sudden, the team was not capable of carrying on because the knowledge was not passed down. But Srila Prabhupada very generously, he stayed up every night and he translated 6 pages. And in this way, he actually produced 80 volumes of books. But Srimad Bhagavatam, this is the main book. It's actually 1 book, but it comes in 18 volumes because otherwise it would be too big, you know. Only 18,000 verses. And this is the essence of all the Vedic wisdom. Srimad Bhagavatam Purana Mamalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam. It is the spotless Purana, and thus it is very dear to the devotees. So he translated every night For 2 or 3 hours. He got up at midnight without an alarm clock, and he translated 6 pages. And in this way, he completed 80 volumes in just about 14 years. Amazing task. He started with nothing. He had a little typewriter. This is before digital came into play. Have you heard of analog? Have you heard of lead typeset? My grandfather was doing lead typeset, That's how he died, Too much lead in his system. And he came with these books, and he placed the books in a few bookstores in New York. And one lady, on commission, one lady asked him, "Are you from India?" He said, "Yes." She said, "I love India. I love Indian food." He said, "What do you like?" She said, "I like samosa. I love samosa." Anybody like samosa here? Yeah? Yeah? How many samosa can you eat? 20? I'm impressed. Great applause. Now, there's going to be a samosa eating challenge on when? Maybe Jamastami? We'll see. It will be announced when the samosa eating challenge will be. Okay, then somebody can actually challenge him. Okay, I want to see that. So, how many samosas can you distribute? Only? You're a strong man. How many can you distribute? Unlimited, right? You notice our capacity for enjoyment is limited. Our capacity for service is practically unlimited. Okay? So you want to enjoy more? Get on with the seva practice. Get on with service. You find your seva, you'll never run out of exciting things to do. There will always be more to do. If you're in enjoyment mode, it's very limited. This machine is not made so well for enjoyment. Have you noticed? We can sleep very little. We can work very little. It's limited. This machine is limited. So obviously, it's better for other things, like thinking. I was at the MIT of Mexico, called the Tecnológico, in Monterrey. You pay $50,000, $500,000. Yeah, 500,000 crowns a year, just to put your name there on the list. And so I asked the students, so you learn how to read, you learn how to write, you learn how to count, but did they teach you how to think? Like some of you did IIT, some did NIT, some just graduated from the University of YouTube. Have you heard of the University of YouTube? No? You click on little videos and you just learn whatever you need to know to get the job and to get going. And I asked them, but did anyone teach you how to think? And they were a little shocked. They were like, what? Why is this guy with the big nose asking me this question? Did anybody in school teach you how to think? What is thinking? Is that a relevant question or not? Okay, what is thinking? What does thinking mean? Analyzing. How do you analyze? There's an internal dialogue. You have to actually observe something, and then you have to ask yourself a bunch of questions. Okay, what is this? How can we do this better? What is the meaning of this? And then you formulate questions which are actually relevant to the topic. So thinking means to ask relevant questions, internally and externally. Just memorization does not qualify for thinking. You know you can train parrots? In Utah, in Spanish Fork, they have a nice restaurant, Govinda's. If you happen to be there, please go visit. And if you go into the restaurant, you open the door and there's a big, big parrot there. And he says, Prabhu, Prabhu, Prabhu. So he learned a few things. So in a similar way, you can go to office and you just, say your few things that you know that your boss will be happy with. But when they ask you, how did you arrive at this solution? Okay, you copied it, fine, but tell us, how did you arrive at this conclusion? Are there other ways to arrive at this conclusion? Are there other ways how to do this? For that, you have to learn how to think. Unfortunately, most of us, we did not learn how to think in school. Did they teach you how to think? Not really, right? No. So, that's why you're here in a Hare Krishna temple, where you learn. This is called samvad. This is called having actually a discussion, having actually a discussion on relevant topics that are relevant for our lives. Like, who am I? Where am I? Where am I going in life? Is this working or not? And for that, Srila Prabhupada gave us these books. Why? Because these books are discussions with a lot of relevant questions, like what is the meaning, what is the purpose of the human form of life? Why am I here? What happens at death? Etc. And there's a lot of discussion between very bright, very elevated personalities, and these are being recorded because formerly people were very smart. It was an oral tradition. But then around 5,000 years ago when Kali Yuga started and our RAM and our flash card got a little shorter, a little smaller, that right now we have an attention span of a goldfish. What is the attention span of a goldfish? 9 seconds. Have you had goldfish? We were just in Norway at Margamana's home. He's got a lot of goldfish. Did you have an aquarium? No? You ever gone to an aquarium and you went fishy, fishy, coo, 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 coo? Did you ever do that? Then the fish comes. How long does the fish stay without getting food? 1 moment. Then he's gone. That's the attention span of most people nowadays. If I don't make a little drama and a song and a dance, I know I'm going to lose half of the audience at least. If I start talking tattva, philosophy, Vedanta, 95% just check out. They just flatly check out. Okay, all right. Automatic pilot, start scrolling, start messaging. I know, I speak from experience. I've been doing this for 4 decades, So why am I telling you all these little stories? To keep your attention. Because our attention span is very short nowadays. So there are stories, but there's a lot of discussions, a lot of relevant questions. You want to learn how to improve your life, how to improve your relationships? Do you want to do that? No, you're already born perfect, right? There's 2 types of people on this planet. People who want to prove that they're the greatest and people who know that they're the greatest. Now, who is more an illusion? That's a good question, right? So, learning how to ask relevant questions and having the humility to seek out good advice. I guarantee you, this will actually accelerate your trajectory tremendously. So, Srila Prabhupada came to give us the Srimad Bhagavatam. And he almost completed it. He empowered his students, and we have the whole Bhagavatam now available here, right here. And it is there for everyone. Now we have a full set of Harry Potter, a full set of, Lord of the Rings, full set of, Mahabharata sequels and Ramayana. We got all that stuff. But we don't have a set of Bhagavatam. So they're available. We would really like to have you have this experience. If this is the purpose why you came to Denmark, to get into the Bhagavatam, you hit the jackpot. But if you just came here to see the sights and, get paid and do a couple of other things, you can do that anywhere in the world. Sorry, don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but, you can get paid in many places. So we have to ask ourselves, how can I actually evolve? Haishtam yatat punarjanma jayaya. How good are we at overcoming the repetition of birth and death? People are getting older. People are dying. Have you noticed? It does happen, even in Denmark, even in Hyggeland. What is the death rate in Denmark? Who said that? Are you sure? You mean nobody gets out alive? No. I mean, this is a family show here. You know, we got kids here and young girls. We don't want to disappoint anybody. Okay. In 100 years, approximately 100% will check out. So, yes. So we better get used to the facts, to the ideas that our time here is only temporary. Amala jala jala jivana tala mala. The soul is like a drop of water on a lotus leaf. You have all had experience with lotus, right? You push it under the water, it comes back out. How secure is a drop of water on a lotus leaf? Not very secure. How secure is an IT wala, a techie, here in Copenhagen? Not very secure, right? So, consider your options. Consider your options. And that means we have to expand our consciousness. We have to upgrade our consciousness. Like you're upgrading your apps. Are you upgrading your consciousness? Are we leveling up? Or are we living a substandard life? Not even as good as the animals. I was in California, in the Bay Area for 5 years, and people who are making 2, 3, 4 crores a year, owning different properties, working 60 plus hours a week. I know that's illegal here, but still, you know, some people get those ideas, maybe work 2 jobs, maybe do something on the side. They're coming in the evening at 5 or 6 p.m. to the India Cash and Carry to eat some food that's not even daba wala, you know. It's not even daba, you know, it's not even like street food. It's something that is being cooked in the early morning and then it lay there in a bain-marie, you know, and was heated. It's totally dry and stale. Any rickshawala eats 2 home-cooked meals twice a day. Any rickshawala. But you can be a techie and you don't get that. You eat stale old stuff because you don't know what quality of life is. So we should not be fooled, whether it be the American dream or the Danish dream or the Swiss dream or the United, you know, whatever. There's so many dreams. But what is the problem with dreams? They come to an end, yes. It's like bubbles, like soap bubbles. They just vanish at some point, right? And then, okay. What happened now? Where am I? What am I doing? So Srila Prabhupada very kindly, he sacrificed his life to give us the Bhagavatam. He sacrificed his sleep to give us these books. But we're a little too busy scrolling, planning, playing, scheming, gossiping. Oh, we don't have time. Well, there's still 24 hours in a day. You ever feel you don't have enough time? We're happy that the kids are here, but if the kids want to play, we have a nice garden and also a nice house so they can roam around and play as much as they want. So, what was the point that I made before I got distracted? Yes, not enough time. Have you ever felt like that? So do you want an extra hour in your life? Yes? Okay, I'm going to gift you an extra hour in your life, okay? You set your alarm clock 1 hour earlier. Voila, my gift to you. There is your extra hour, okay? Try it out. Try it out. Have you noticed sometime you get up early? No interference, no distraction. The world is quiet. Everyone's asleep. I can do my sandhya, I can do my bhajan, I can do my japa, I can do my arti, I can study. Clear mind. Have you noticed? But if you check your messages in bed before even going to the bathroom, and 70% of the population does, then you don't avail yourself of this opportunity. So rule number 1, renegotiate your relationship with technology. Technology is great if you know how to use it, but don't be a slave to technology. This is meant to serve me, not that I become the slave of technology. It's a tool. Yantra, it's just shilpa, it's just an art, you know, it's a machine. And don't lose track of your real purpose. So it's very wonderful to see all of you here. We're supposed to end here in 3.5 minutes, or else I get in trouble with the management. And I work for food, okay? So I don't want to get in trouble with the management. I was 15 years old playing sports in the Swiss Alps. And I started reading the Bhagavatam. I got the whole set. I gave the devotee all the money I had, $500. In 84, that was a lot of money. I worked 3 jobs besides school. And in the next 4 decades, I have 3 grown kids and built a few things and saw a few things, done a few things. But this is the best investment I've ever made in my life. And I would like you to have this opportunity because you look educated, you look well-dressed, well-fed, beautiful, smart people. If you have the Bhagavatam, your life will be exciting. Even if you have very little time, can you read 1 verse a day? Is it possible? It is possible. We just read 1 verse. This is the proof. It is possible. Gita will take you 2 years. Bhagavatam will take you 46 years. Most of you can still do it. Okay? But you got to start today. I know I have a program for eating, for sleeping, for exercising. Do you have a program for reading? Do you have an active program for reading? Do you want to get ahead in life? Okay? Message to self, active program for reading. Get the books, get going, start reading. And I guarantee you, money back guarantee from this seminar, that your life's trajectory will accelerate. Why? Because nowadays, you can train anybody in any technical field in about 3 to 6 months. But adhikar, attitude, that takes decades to develop. And that's what the recruiters are looking for. Team compatibility, communication, patience, tolerance, ingenuity, thinking outside of the box, considering other options, rejoicing in other people's success, empathy, feeling other people's pain. You know the saying, if you feel pain, you're alive. If you feel someone else's pain, you're human. And if you actually want to help other people to alleviate their pain, you're a Vaishnav, you're a devotee. So, this Krishna consciousness movement is the school of life. You know who said that? Who made that saying? No? I'll tell you next time. We'll meet again. So we got 1.5 minutes. Who here would like to have a set of Srimad Bhagavatam? 1. Okay. Haribol. 2. Who is writing down the names? Lalita not? Yes. Or our secretary here? Yes, please. Go ahead. You're sitting in prime position here. These are front row seats, premium economy. You have to pay a little extra for the leg room. Here. Okay, the lady behind the pillar. You can't see her, so you have to look around the pillar. Behind the pillar, raise your hand. Yes. It's only 2,000 krona. It's cheaper than an Android phone, okay? Okay, who else would like to get a set of Srimad Bhagavatam? In Georgetown, Guyana, 28 people got a set, either for themselves, and if you already have a set, you can sponsor a set and give it to a friend. Do you guys have friends? Yeah? Not in Denmark, right? People not so friendly here, right? You have some friends maybe at home. Want to make them a gift, something memorable. Huh? Okay, who would like to get a set? Hare Krishna. Anybody out there? This is Bhadra Purnima. In the Bhagavatam, it is stated that if you gift this set on the next full moon, that is yesterday in 1 month, Bhadra Purnima, just coming up. Yesterday was Balaram Purnim, just coming. If you gift the Bhagavatam to someone on the full moon day in the month of Bhadra, you go to Goloka. How about that? Shortcut. Who was saying shortcut? Who wants a shortcut here? We got a shortcut for you. Huh? Anyone shortcut? Okay, I'm running out of time here. I know you're very thoughtful people. So take your time. get these books, get reading, create Sangha. Sangha means peer group. You can be good alone, but if you want to be great, you need a peer group. Peers are anybody who can challenge you. Do you have people in your life who can challenge you? If not, you can also get married. You will have somebody who will challenge you every day of the week. And that's what we need in order to become better people. Because otherwise you think, hey, I'm perfect. I don't have to change. I'm great. I know they're already getting antsy. They're starting making me signs, it's past the time. You got to get out of here and all that. So I'm always excited to be here in Copenhagen, Denmark, see my old friends like Lalitana Prabhu, Janardhan, Mahabhavi. Old friends. We've been together for forever. We grew up in the same sandbox. And it's very endearing to see all of you. How many of you were born here in Copenhagen? Okay, that's about 10. Now the rest of you, yes, I believe you. The rest of you, what are you doing here? If you came here to get the Bhagavatam, okay, I get it. You got a good reason. But if you just got here to get a job and to get paid, sorry. You got to do better than that. You got to find a better reason than that. So thank you for your kind attendance. There's some big festivals coming up, and she will tell you all that we won and all the prices that are up. There will be Jamashtami next Saturday, and then Radhastami just a little later. So big festivals, Krishna's birthday, Srimati Radharani's birthday. And we would like all of you to come here and celebrate together with us. And bring all your 5,000 friends, okay? All right? We'll close down the whole district here, the whole area, right? And we'll just sing and dance all day and all night. What do you think? Is this a good idea? Yes. Or is this crazy? It's a good idea, right? It's a good idea, yes. We should do more of that. Don't trust any teacher who doesn't sing and dance. Don't trust any God that doesn't sing and dance and play a flute. God doesn't go to the office. God engages in rasa, in loving relationships. So find your seva, find your service opportunity. There's many things that can be done. Put your heart into it. Krishna says in the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad-gita, in verse number 10, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pratipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. And this is my last point. If you do whatever you do with love for me, I'll give you the intelligence by which you can come to me. And in the last part of the purport, in the last paragraph, Srila Prabhupada, he says something very reassuring, something very comforting. He says, you may be in a spiritual movement, you may have a guru, yet you still don't know the goal, and you still don't know how to get there, because it's a little hazy, it's a little obscure. But if whatever you do it with love to please Krishna, then Krishna in your heart will give you the intelligence, how you can come to him. Do you like that? That's amazing, isn't it? So all these words of wisdom, all these jewels are there in these books. Now we got 2 sets. I want to have a third person here before I quit out. I check out here. Otherwise, I refuse to leave. You have to drag me out. Okay, who else would like to get a full set of Srimad Bhagavatam? Or make a gift for a friend, yes. Do we have Hindi version, Lalitanath? Hindi Bhagavatam? Is the person here or are they in India? Huh? Yes, but the person, do they live in Denmark or do they live in India? India. Yes, we can arrange. Definitely. We can arrange. Okay? All right. Hindi set of Bhagavatam. Hari Bol. Thank you.